How's it going, everyone? What of course you'll be seeing today, as you can tell by the title, is that I'll be breaking down and reviewing the legendary hand cannon in Destiny called Fatebringer. The only way you can get this bad boy is by playing in hard mode raid, and if you're targeting it specifically, you have to kill the Templar. It's completely random though, so despite killing the Templar, you aren't guaranteed to get it. So on with the review. I got the stats from DestinyDB.com, and they start, of course, that the gun starts with a 248 base damage, which increases to a maximum of 300 when you're done with the upgrades, which is par for the course for legendary and exotic weapons. To upgrade it, what you'll need for sure is Glimmer, weapon parts, and Ascendant Energy. The other form, of course, like I usually say for most of my reviews, might be dependent on your weapon, so I'm not going to give the full disclosure, but you'll see the second you get the gun what you'll need. It has a fire rate of 22%, an impact rating of 81%, a range of 40, which sticks out as quite good for a hand cannon, a stability rating of 32, a reload percent of 33, and a magazine size which is fantastic at 12, and that can even get larger to 13 on an upgrade, which I'll get to in a minute. In terms of PvP damage output, this thing hits for 29 on non-critical hits and 57 on headshots. But in addition to that, if you have explosive rounds on, you'll be hitting for an additional 29 due to splash damage effects of the gun. So already you're dealing with good damage here. With regard to the skill tree, like I say for most raid or exotic weapons, all Fatebringers have no variation. There isn't a difference between yours and mine. They all deal arc damage, which is just as great as it sounds from a primary hand cannon. Captains get rocked quickly, and anything with a Nightfall buff is quick work. You have three clear options in terms of sight. The Steady Hand sight, which is best for recoil control, Sure Shot, which improves target acquisition speed, and Quick Draw sight for closer range encounters. The choice is completely up to yours, of course, but the one I like to use is the Sure Shot sight. When breaking down the skill tree, the most important perk is Firefly, which causes targets to explode on precision kills. This is a laughably fun perk to have alone, but we're just scratching the surface with this thing. The next three perks which you'll have a choice over are Field Scout, which adds an extra round to the magazine, Single Point Slug, which allows for faster weapon swap and quicker aiming speeds, and lastly, Explosive Rounds, which is the one I use just for the fun, because it deals a portion of the explosive round damage in an area. So basically, you shoot his chest, you're getting a 29. You shoot his face, you're getting another 29. The next two are Outlaw, which dramatically improves reload speed after a precision kill or a headshot, and Oracle Disruptor, which makes return trips to the Vault of Glass a lot easier because it helps kill oracles faster. The last 5 perks are damage upgrades. With regard to my overall impressions, I love this gun in PvE. I consider it a top 2, in fact. Now that I have it completely unlocked, I've struggled to find the use for any other weapon besides Vision of Confluence. It's a blast to use, pardon the pun. When you pair it, like I said earlier, with Firefly and Explosive Rounds, you're quite literally exploding everything you have a critical hit with. You'll see that when targets explode, they spread to nearby targets, and they have arc damage output on the explosion. You can clear rooms with this weapon. I recently used this on the Nightfall Strike with Sebix Prime, and it made me laugh at just the amount of carnage this gun unleashes when you actually hit critical headshots. The explosion can chain to half the room. If that wasn't enough, a 12-round magazine means you don't have to reload much, but even when you do reload, if your last hit happened to be a critical kill or precision hit, you get it even faster. If you pair this with a gunslinging hunter, it's downright frightening with his buffs. In PvP, though, you're going to have to use it like you'd use most other hand cannons. In fact, statistically, it's a clone of the Devil You Know, pretty much, but with arc damage and explosive splash and critical hit damage in addition to it. It's a truly great hand cannon that can hold its own, but it's not a bad thing. And again, because it's a clone of the Devil You Know, it's not a bad thing, but it does mean that your ranges should be limited. A skilled user can use it in close quarters. Hey, disregard what I said. Go nuts. Have fun. For the average person, you're probably going to want to stay in medium range. If you go in shorter range, shotguns and fusion rifles will take care of you pretty quick. And if you go in longer range, then you're going to become bait for, say, Vision of Confluence, scout rifles, and even maybe sniper rifles. You can take them on at that range. I mean, if you feel confident enough, don't regret. Just go nuts. But again, it should be stated logistically. It has the impact again like I said, to beat those weapons, but you should probably stay in medium range, aim for headshots, and you're in great business. Just watch the fireworks if you just end up getting a lot of enemies bunched up. So overall, like I said, it's one of my favorite weapons to use in PvE, and it's very good in the Vault of Glass, especially on in easy Vault of Glass. Everything's a joke. It's a bigger test than hard though. Atheon's Epilogue and Vision of Confluence have it beat in terms of quickness to kill oracles, so you should probably bear that in mind too. But because I already have most other raid weapons when it comes to PvP, I don't tend to use this one all the time. I tend to use it a lot in PvE. But to be honest with you, it can hold its own in either. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.